Hi, I'm Katie,
And I'm Stephanie.
and this is the Reading Nook Magic podcast.
And today we're super excited because we have one of my favorite people from Spellbound in the Valley, Ivy King. She's willing to come back on and chat with us again. I'm just so happy that you're here.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun meeting you guys. I was like, I'll just shoot my shot and like message them, see if they have space for me.
Always and forever.
Seriously, it's like the opposite. We're honored to have you here. Like we are happy and excited and like really honored that you want to collaborate and hang out with us and chat. So yeah, really excited about this. So I guess we could start there. So we met at a book festival in the Hudson Valley in Poughkeepsie, New York, Spellbound in the Valley. It was really cool, just for some context. And we kind of just walked around and talked to all the authors, and that's kind of how this entire interview process started for us, was talking to you guys and how good it felt that day and what a cool experience. That was our first book event ever. Little total greenies over here, not knowing what to
Mhm.
expect. And it was just really monumental for us. So tell us a little bit about like how long you've been in the book world in general, how many events, that kind of stuff.
Like many people, I got back into reading with ACOTAR, Like I feel like most people, that's what it is. It's either like ACOTAR or From Blood and Ash or something like that. Um,
Gateway.
yeah, it like floodgates opened. There's no closing them. But yeah, my friend had texted me and she was like, I need to talk to somebody about this book and I need you to read it. I said, okay, fine. I was pregnant at the time and I got put on modified bed rest because my body kept trying to go into labor early. And so I had nothing to do but read for like almost 9 months.
That's Katie's dream.
So I was pregnant with my fourth and he's my last. And I had my daughter at the time and she was 2 and she was just like my little buddy. I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Mommy cannot get up and play with you right now. And she would just lay in bed next to me and she'd like watch a show or she'd bring her toys in my bed and I would just sit there and I would read all day. But Spellbound in the Valley was actually my first event as an author.
They really did an amazing job. And for it to be the first one, the security was there, the staffing was there, it felt safe, it didn't feel overcrowded, you know what I mean, like even when something happened, what happened at some point, something happened and it was taken care of really fast. There was like alarm, didn't an alarm go
The
off or
fire
something?
alarm went
Well, the
off.
fire alarm went off. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I
but it was
totally
like
forgot about
fine,
that.
like it was handled fine, everyone chilled, it was
They
no
had
big
the
deal.
the colors on the
The lanyards.
lanyards for just like person to person safety. Like
Hmm.
you're all welcome however you want to be accepted. Like we're all safe here. Like I feel like safety was the theme
Yeah.
and everybody felt it. I didn't ever that's like what everybody was talking about. So it was like such a beautiful thing.
Are you going next year?
Yeah, you're booked, right?
I am super booked this year. I'm like thinking about it now and I'm like, I did this to myself. I really did. I'm excited, but part of me is like preemptively tired. So I'm doing Love in the Queen City at the end of June in Cincinnati. And then I'm doing Villains and Vixens at the end of July in Orlando. And then right after that is Sinners and Stardust in Boston. And then in September, I have a release in September and I'm doing like an event thing.
Way to slide that in there. We're gonna go back to that, just so you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing like an event, like a release day event thing for it at the Blank Slate, actually. And I have Book Harvest in Chicago and then Spellbound in the Valley in Poughkeepsie. I've never been to any of these places except Poughkeepsie. And I'm like, that's so weird for me to say because I'm like, I've traveled quite a bit, quite a bit. And so, like, to be like, I've never been to Boston, never been to Chicago, Cincinnati, Orlando.
That's amazing. Like I love how like that turns into traveling too, because like I crave travel and I've always like wished that whatever my career was would pull me into being able to travel to be a part of that. So like that's so amazing. So amazing.
Can I ask what your sun sign is?
Aquarius.
I'm a Gemini.
Gemini and Aquarius, those are both air signs, and the air signs are known to be like really good communicators. So I just think it's really cool that you guys like do a podcast where you can communicate with people.
What's your sun sign?
I'm a Cancer. I'm very emotional.
It's
Yeah.
not a bad thing, that's a good thing.
That's something I actually have been, that has helped me in learning more about like zodiac signs, is seeing the things that other people always told me were like weaknesses, but are actually like my strength.
I
I
like
mean,
that.
that sentence alone is so important. You know, the things that we have interpreted, feedback, whatever, it's definitely the strength. And I love that spin on it.
Yeah, because you could take any
Yeah.
of those things like, oh, emotional, okay, you're passionate. Well, you're aggressive or are you strong? You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, obviously sometimes you can have negative attributes, but for the most part, I think you can take those things that people maybe feel threatened. I think when people say that to us, it's because we're mirroring what they're missing.
Yeah,
That was
no, that
good.
makes total sense.
So I want to know, okay, so you had only been to, one reader book festival. You've been to two or one as an author, and now you have a bunch planned for this year. I'm very intrigued because similar to you, ACOTAR was the gateway drug for me to be back into reading. I didn't read for 15 years. Tale as old as time, it seems at this point. Not every, like it's all of us.
Yeah,
I mean, Steph continued reading her whole life, but very few of us did, I feel like.
jealous.
And
So
yeah.
jealous.
I love
I'll
it.
never catch up to her because of that time I lost writing. Did you become inspired by writing because you were into reading again, or how did that happen?
So when I was little, I actually have like that cute little like childhood story where I would literally do like this in like journals, like every single page front and back, and then I'd like read my parents the story. And I loved that. Go back to the beginning of 2024, and I was like reading, and it was just to a point where I just started to get this urge to like write again. And a friend had told me, do it because you should just reclaim your power, claim it back, and write something. And I was like, okay. So completely no plotting, no nothing whatsoever. I just started. And then I got The Devils of New York.
Just like that.
Those words are so powerful. Reclaim your power. As soon as you said it, it just like gave me chills.
I want to know more about your book.
I have three coming out this year. So I have a friend who's been in the author world a whole lot longer than I have. And she is just like this wealth of information. And because she like absorbs it like a sponge, like I do. She went to this author, not convention, but it was like specifically for authors. And then they had big name authors come in and like give like lectures and things. And one of the people, I believe, was Sarah Kate. So me and my friend, we call it the Sarah Kate method. A way to just like kind of get your name out there faster is to do like a rapid release, because that's what Sarah Kate did. And so I have a release in July, August, September. And they're just back to back. So the first two, they're all going to be standalones. But the third one is going to be the start of a series of standalones. So the first one in July, it's called Wild Embers. It's a dark white shoes cowboy romance. It's like a dad's best friend and his friends. It's
Okay.
like a return to small town, return to her hometown, and then because it's me and I love suspense, so there's like a serial killer and they're trying to figure out who it is, and there's all these like buried secrets that come out, and then of course like the smut. Um, and then the second one in August, it's called Broken by the Covenant. It's about a cult survivor, and she and like the guys are two of them are also survivors from the cult, and then another one is an FBI agent. The cult leader is in prison, but now there's someone out trying to kidnap her.
Also suspenseful.
I need suspense. There's no way not to have it. And then the next one, so the September one, the one that I'm doing an event for at the Blank Slate, which I'm so freaking excited for. That's like one of my big goals was to do like a release day event at like a bookstore. It's called All Their Wrath, and it's book one of a motorcycle club series
Mm.
called The Ferryman, Ferryman MC. There's like a supporting character from my book Dark Whispers, which is the Halloween standalone, and she's the main FMC in All Their Wrath.
Okay.
And you kind of see like the start of like the why choose that's gonna happen in that one, and so that's what this book is.
With a
Yeah,
motorcycle gang.
I'm like so excited.
My favorite part of this whole experience is that introverts are writing this stuff.
Oh my gosh, I know. Like I was thinking the other day, like, because like I text my PA all the time. Like I'll just randomly text her because she like alpha reads for me at the same time, and I'll be like, okay, but what if like so and so dies? okay, but like, how about so and so gets like kidnapped? Okay, but like, this is actually, I'm gonna make this their trauma. And she's like, what am I reading? It's just like a grocery list of my mind and just like dumping things on my characters and putting them through it. And she's just like, oh my goodness. Okay. And like, me, I'm over here like, it's fine, weaving my webs. But I really thought about it the other day and I was like, but to like readers, it's like these are these characters that I'm building and they're going along on this journey with me. And then it's like, and then I put their favorite character through something awful. And then they're like, "Ugh, it broke my heart." And I'm like, he's fine.
It's fine.
Just wait. Just wait. It's fine.
It's fine. He's fine. It's okay.
Well, that's exciting. That's all. So you were very busy once you got started. You fully committed. You already are doing this full time. That's immensely impressive. You love every second of it. Is this who you are from now on?
I think it is. I shouldn't say I think. I know it is. I love it. I absolutely love it. It makes me happy. Honestly, I have so many ideas and I have an app on my phone that I write all of the ideas that I have. So it's like I have a million different books and series and they're like I decided from the beginning I always wanted to write Why Choose. I inadvertently set myself up to be able to be more free with it. So I don't have to stick with like dark romance. Like I'm always going to write Why Choose and there's always going to be suspense, but it's like if I want to, I can do romantasy. I can go over into sports romance or like I can like jump around and like do what I want and I'm excited. And so it's like I have lots planned.
That's so amazing. And that's the beauty of it, right? Like your creative freedom. I'm gonna write what I want.
It's nice to be able to do what I want. I have been around like entrepreneurs, like small business, like that kind of thing for forever. My dad owns a small business, my brother owns a small business, and like my grandmother owned a small business, and just like from there. And so just being able to see how like free they could be with things that they wanted to do. I didn't realize that that's what I always wanted to do. So now it's nice because it's I get to set the dates. I get to no one can tell me what I can and can't write. It's really nice.
Good for you. And
I
you
love
went head first.
You're like, this is it. This is who I am now. This is what's happening. Here you go. You got to thank that friend that told you to just do it. 'Cause
Yeah, I completely like dove in and I was just like, I don't even care if this is a deep end. I'll swim. I'll fucking swim. It's fine.
how is it to manage doing reading with 4 kids? I mean, that's a lot. Husband.
My husband is like so supportive, like so supportive. We live in a very religious, very small, conservative town. And I've had so many friends over the years that I didn't realize like how many husbands don't help with children. I honestly wouldn't be able to do it without his support.
Well, you're also showing your kids to create a life that is fulfilling and makes a happy mom, which is huge. That's just as valuable. I mean, obviously spending time, which I'm sure you do, but I think about that often, being a mom and a single mom too. And there is a lot of mom guilt. And obviously, you have to prioritize boundaries and being with your family. Like, and you
Yeah.
want to, obviously, but sometimes when you can't, and there's knowing that it's because you're doing something or accomplishing something, I have to remind myself that, like, all right, well, I'm modeling a behavior that I would hope that they will hopefully
Yeah,
follow.
exactly. Exactly.
I think it's changing the narrative on the guilt too, because that only means you care. We
Yeah.
always feel like we could do better, we could do more. It's because we want to. We want to make sure we're
Mhm.
doing all the things. So I guess that's the theme of our podcast today is like what we think is our weakness is actually our strength because we just want to do what we're supposed to do for them and provide. But chances are we are, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We are.
I totally
Like,
agree.
well, I like knowing about the process, right? Like you just talked about how the ideas are like literally flowing from you. Like you have millions of ideas. Like what is your process as far as I mean, you could say anything. Like how easy is it for you to start writing? When do you set time aside? Where do you get your inspiration? Like what does your writing universe look like?
I really like I'm a very something about cancers. I'm a very aesthetic person. I need to have the vibes. So it's really nice that like all my kids are like gone during the day. And so like I can light a candle, I can like make my coffee, like I can stretch, meditate, whatever I need to do. I do enjoy like the planning process, like coming up with the names, and then I have like hidden Pinterest boards for like every single freaking book. Every single one. Like some of them have titles, some of them don't. But I usually start with like, okay, like one FMC, and then do I want 2 or 3 MMCs? Because I'm like, I feel like if I went to 4, that would be way too much for me. People who do it, I'm like, how did your brain, how did you get there? Because I can't. Because I'm like, that's adding a whole other important character arc that you need to show.
Mm-hmm.
That's so much.
Yeah.
Like even for this year, so I decided like 3 MMC is my max. It will always be 2 or 3. I told myself I was like, I'm gonna do like originally like Broken by the Covenant was just gonna be 2 MMCs and All Their Wrath was just gonna be 2. And then I was like, oh no, but it would be like super cool if like I added this guy and then he did that. And now I'm like, I'm just making my work for myself, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I did the same thing with All Their Wrath. So all the books this year have 3 MMCs. And I'm
Okay.
like, that's my max. I know that. And then from there, I usually go with like their core personality traits, like who's the more closed off one, who's the more like playful one. And my FMCs are usually like the shy, but like really like strong type, not like a complete damsel in distress. Then from there, I like, that's where I like
So you
dump all
start with
their
the
trauma.
characters,
Yeah,
basically. Like the characters, okay. That's probably where I would start too. But
yeah.
like
And then I dump the trauma.
then you're like, okay, now you all are my little playthings.
Yeah. And like in the process, it's like I like come up with like the setting if I want it to be in a big city or a small town or, just from there. It just kind of like flows. And like sometimes I'll be watching a show or watching a reel or something like that, and an idea for a scene comes to my head and I'll just like write the idea down. And so then I'll like go back to that list. I'm like, do I want to use any of these scenes in here? Would it fit with the characters that I'm starting to build? And then that's how I like get some of the other stuff. I have lots of lists laying around.
I was saying you write a lot of lists. You're like, I write it here, I write it there.
That's typically how I start. And then I also have to like I like to build like my antagonist, my bad guy. And because I want him to make sense. I want it to feel like Criminal Minds. Like we are watching an episode of Criminal Minds and we can dissect like Silence in the Snow. And I'm like, I don't know if this is a spoiler. Maybe not. So it's my holiday standalone that came out in January. So like she's a serial killer. I wanted to show her like devolving a bit, like spiraling a little bit. So she got like sloppier with her kills. And so it's like I want to show that kind of like psychological progression. Like I like to really like dive into the mind of why. It's not just he's going to do this action or say this thing because I feel like it. It's like
Right.
I need it to match with the character that I have built, and I need it to like add to the storyline and to like further along the plot.
I love that. That's important. I can really appreciate that because I like am just a natural human dissector. Not literally, obviously.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean because I'm like same.
And so when people don't do that, it'll kill a whole story. We're about to release an episode where I flip out about a TV show because like if the character does something that doesn't make sense, it's like it ruins it for me. Like I might as well just put the book down or turn the movie off or whatever. It's like if it can be unexpected. I actually love when an author surprises me. It makes me so happy when I'm like, oh my
She
God.
loves to be outsmarted.
I love plot twists. I love plot twists. I put a big plot twist in The Devils of New York. It comes out.
Wait, don't tell me.
No, well, like it just happens. And when it happens, like when I was writing it and I sent it to my PA, she like texted me and was like, "What the fuck?" And she was like, "But I thought," and I was like, "Go back and look." And she went back and looked and she was like, "Oh my gosh."
So that's
She
it.
was like, "You
It
evil
makes
genius
sense.
bitch." Yeah.
It makes sense though. Like the plot twist is like, oh my God, what? But like it makes sense. Where what she's talking about is like you create like the series created a
Yeah.
plot twist that
didn't make
what?
sense, right?
Yeah, it
Like
didn't make sense.
Why?
plot twist,
Yeah,
but
no.
it has to like if I'm like,
Unacceptable.
wait, would that person do that? Oh, they would because of
Yeah.
XYZ or whatever. But when it's just like, okay, you just did that just to be contrary, like it's like
Yeah. Like when it's just like thrown in there just for like, like the dramatic effect. It's stupid.
it is. I have to
Stupid.
agree. I have to agree. I can't stand it. I'm turning into a snob, but whatever.
But
as
if you
soon
can
as there's
outsmart
like
Katie, that's a big win.
All right, you
as
said
soon
that.
as
Now,
there's like a good plot twist in something, I'm like, it's an immediate favorite forever.
yes.
The rest of it could be like not as great, but I'm like, that was the best plot twist of my life. I
Well,
love
I'm
it.
reading we're reading the Red Rising series now, which is not romantasy, but they got me. Like if I was reading it the other night and I went, oh, and my kids were like, Mom, what's wrong? And I was like, oh, now I'm in it. Actually, as a matter of fact, I don't know if I'm gonna sleep tonight.
uh, and that's always like my big thing too is like plot holes. Can't
I can also do that
I
if you would like. I will volunteer as tribute. As long as you won't hate me if I find it, I am more than willing to search for plot holes.
no. I'm like, please find the plot holes because it's like if they're I don't like I know some people are like nitpicky about like the little grammar errors. And I'm like, nah. Honestly, my book could be full of grammar errors, like mostly, but if there is a plot hole in that bitch, I would rather die.
It
Like,
is a big deal. It's a big deal. Some people do not care. I cannot. Okay, like side note, like Friends, right? Everyone knows the series Friends. I'm a huge Friends fanatic. Whatever. I have anxiety, so I
Same,
rewatch it all the time.
same,
Fall asleep to
same,
it every night. Okay, there are so many
same.
plot holes in Friends. They're minimal, but there are so many, and I'm like, and it's still good. I can't. I love them. Rest in peace, Matthew Perry. I love it. I'm obsessed. But how could something of that caliber, I like literally can't. I get so frustrated because I'm like, so many people, so many producers, so many writers, so many actors, so many people, even like the production assistants are all involved in this. Nobody thought to say, no, you can't say that because you already said this 2 seasons ago. Or like a book, like how can you, I even get I'll stop a book and I'll go back to a previous book just to be like, was that actually like did I remember that wrong or am I incorrect? Like or did they
Yeah,
really just contradict themselves completely?
I legit will DNF a book. Like I used to like be a hardcore like no DNF. And then I was just like, you know what? You write Taylor Swift. My time is expensive. I remember I was reading a book at the very, very freaking beginning. Like I didn't even get that far into it. I was just like a couple chapters. At the very, very beginning, this certain character was dead. And I started like a system when like I'm on my Kindle, or like at least on my phone or my iPad because I don't have a color Kindle. Like I will highlight names, descriptions, and then like important plot points or like lines that I like, and then I literally color coordinate them. And so like every time I see a name, I highlight it so I can remember who is who. They had said this certain person was dead. And then a couple chapters later, he's right there. And I was like, did we like have a time jump? And I just didn't know about it. And so I like literally went back and I like reread and I was like, no, there's no way this can be like mistake. Like, no. And I like big, like not just like, oh, he's in the background. Like, no, homeboy comes out, he has a full scene, goes away. And I'm like, you are supposed to be in the ground. So don't know how that happened.
I would also have to stop reading.
I was like so sad.
I'll like text Stephanie and I'm like, how could this be happening if this is supposed to, she's like, I think maybe it's this. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think this is wrong. I think this is a mistake.
Red Rising like is the first book in a long time that like has or series that has like gotten me hooked to where like I just want to read. Like I want to read, I want to know what happens next chapter, where like I'm not discounting the books we're reading, but I haven't been lost in a series or a
In a
book
long
Mhm.
in a while. I'm like craving that and that's giving it to me. And so I'm like wondering like am I shifting into like is it
Dystopian.
like I'm not craving the romance side of things. I'm like
Hmm.
craving the story, the like
Yeah.
world, the
Yeah.
every little like all of these new pieces coming at me every which direction, like
Yeah.
the depth of it. So I'm like I'm very excited to read what you got coming.
I'm supposed to get a short story into Sinners and Stardust for like the anthology, and I'm not done writing it, and it's due on the 1st.
So are you self-published or
March?
you're
Yeah, I'm self-published, and yes, 1st of March.
girl, we are all best friends.
I'm usually like not so bad, but I'm like, I also like once I'm someone it's like once I get into the groove, like there is no snapping me out of it. It's
You'll get it done.
like
Well, again, you're
yeah,
a deadline. You're good.
and I started to get into the groove today, and so I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine. I got it.
You got it. I have zero doubt. What is your favorite book? What's your favorite author?
I have like a few like favorite like series. I wouldn't say it's like exclusively like one author because I'm just so picky. Like I just really need suspense in like what I read, what I watch. Like not that I've never read or watched anything else, but one author, she doesn't do a lot of suspense, is Ruby Dixon. She does a lot of alien romance. I eat those books up
Can't get
like
enough.
crazy. I absolutely love her entire universe. I really want to write an alien Why Choose one day. Oh my gosh. Completely just because of Ruby Dixon. In my opinion, she is like number one in alien romance. I love it so much. I love it. I love it. Like, I picked up her first book, Ice Planet Barbarians, because it like came up on like my suggested for like Kindle. You know what? We're going like all out. Why not? Like, why not? Never, I'm not into like aliens, but why not?
But
And
by
I
maybe
absolutely,
you are.
I loved it. And then, and that was also like when I was pregnant and on bed rest. And so I read that entire universe. And she has so many books,
Books did you read on that bed rest?
over 400.
Oh, plot twist.
Yeah. And that doesn't count rereads. Yeah, I went all out because it was like literally like I was tired of like watching TV. There wasn't anything I really wanted to watch. And then like being ADHD, like I don't always like to sit and watch something. Like my brain needs to be more engaged. And watching something versus reading something, because like reading takes more brain power. And so I read
That's
a
a lot of
lot.
books.
Sorry, I took you away from your favorite author
No,
story. I
no,
was just
no, no,
curious. Like, I
you're
was like,
fine.
wait, how many books did she actually read?
A lot, a lot. And then one of my favorites, it's the Wit Sex series by Ashley N. Rostek. It's a Why Choose suspense. Four really like simple reads. Not that her writing is simple. It was honestly, I love that series and I revisit it all the time.
Hmm.
But they're just shorter books. And a girl, she's like in witness protection and her neighbors are super hot.
Yeah, and I knew what you meant by simple because the simple
Yeah.
doesn't mean like simple, lowbrow. It just means
Yeah,
sometimes, I mean, first of all, romanticy in and of itself, when I first entered into that realm, that's exactly what I was looking for is a release. Like, I don't want to. I want there to be a plot. I want to be intellectually stimulated, but I'm not trying to like learn a new language. I'm not trying to write
right.
Elvis. I'm just trying to escape and feel something and feel good and enjoy it and not be, whatever. So I like it's important. Like I knew
Yeah,
exactly what you meant when you said
yeah.
it. I was like, oh, okay, maybe
Like,
we'll try that when we reintroduce. I need a romanticy break for a second, but once we go back in, that sounds short
yeah.
to the point.
And it just like you get sucked in so easily. And like the whole series is out. When I started it, it was not, and I
Mm,
didn't know that because it came like part of
completely.
like a book box. I like just like saw the covers and I was like, "Oh yes, I'll do this add-on because those look pretty." And I didn't know the last book wasn't out yet. And I was like,
Damn it.
"This is it. This is it." And I waited, I think it was like a year or less for the book box to do a thing of the last book, and so freaking good. I revisit it often just because like the suspense like sucked me in so well, and then the dynamics, like her character dynamics were so good. They were so like I want to see more of them together. It wasn't just I want the suspense to build. It was also the way she like had them interact and everything. I was like, it was all very natural and nothing felt forced. And it was so easy for me to just like get sucked in and just read them all.
It's a good book. Telltale sign.
I recommend it to everybody. I'm like, if you want something like a why choose that doesn't seem too complex and is equal like plot and romance, I say do that one. Because I'm someone I like equal plot and romance, so I that's what I write.
Right.
And like no shame to like the more smutty books or the pure smut books. Like I have read those too and I have enjoyed many of them, right? But it's just what my soul needs is
A little bit
plot
of both.
and romance. Equal parts. 1-to-1 ratio.
I get it. So, okay, the blank slate, that's Elva's new bookshop. So
Mhm.
when is that release party? Because we obviously have to go.
September 17th. I'm still like trying to understand like how like because I'm like I've never done this before. I don't know what to expect. Like so we're still like kind of communicating, but I was like, can I announce it? And I just haven't announced it yet because I'm like, how soon is because like that's been like my marketing brain's like, wait, when should I announce that? So I guess I did hear.
Can we support you in any way for that? Like,
Yeah, what do you need?
The best way to do it is just like word of mouth and just talking about it, recommending it.
okay, so besides this, like when you do start to officially release it, we'll share, we'll post it, we'll do whatever. And then when you're there, like if we can be there, just like, yeah, we have to be there actually. Like we
No,
just
we're
have
That
gonna
would,
to.
yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah.
That would be so much fun.
I'm relying
Yeah.
on you to put that date in the calendar, Stephanie.
I wrote it down.
I'm like so excited because I'm like my Sav and I've been wanting to like get back to Poughkeepsie. I would love it if you guys could come. I think that would be honestly that would be so much fun. I've been wanting to like go back to Poughkeepsie and like have fun again. Like me and Sav, my best friend, my PA, like we're like we're banking on this trip. We're like this is gonna be so much fun and like all the trips we have because she's coming with me to all the events. And I'm like, they're all gonna be fun, but it'll be nice to like go back to Poughkeepsie, kind of like almost like where it started, you know, because that was like my first author event.
Well, thank you so much. This was amazing. This is so fun.
Thanks for having me on. Honestly, like I was honestly honored.
We're here talking, and then I'm so excited for your journey going forward and like just like grateful for you. So thank you.
Thanks.